Hi everyone, this is the part 2 video for the GRACE and GRACE F4 satellite-based terrestrial water storage data, monthly mass grid for land, water equivalent thickness surface mass anomaly. In this video, I will show you the GRACE and GRACE F4 data analysis tool that would be an interactive data browser for retrieval of GRACE and GRACE F4 land data over river basins, as well as the evaluation of long-term trends and mean seasonal amplitudes. So from the NASA JPL GRACE TELLUS website, you can see this Get Data web page. On here, the second one would be the interactive GRACE and GRACE Apple data browser. If you click this one, you can go to GRACE and GRACE Apple data analysis tool web page. So before click this launch tool, we can see this tool would be designed to allow quick look comparison and analysis of NASA GRACE dataset. So for computational reasons, all data have been interpolated to a 1 by 1 degree grid. So this is the same spatial resolution, the data we downloaded from the previous video. So full data sets can be downloaded through the database for further analysis. Yeah, that is the we already learned from the part 1 video. Okay, so I will click this launch tool. And then you can directly go to this data analysis tool for the GRACE and GRACE follow-on data. So on this GRACE data analysis tool, you can see one of the data set already represented on this interactive map. So actually this would be JPL water equivalent thickness land data for the GRACE and GRACE Apple data. So you can see the different color to represent the different thickness for this water equivalent from this range. So you can adjust with this slider to see the different colors, but I will just use the default one. And also you can change the color ramp. If you click this one, you can freely choose the different color ramp. If I choose this polar blue, white, red, you can also change the color ramp things. I will just use the default one, basically. So again, this would be the default data set on this GRACE data analysis tool, okay? And also in the below side, you can see the time slider, like this one. Actually, this would be very recent data, 2020 September things. Also, you can click this arrow to see the different months and different years data set. You can shift with this arrow with the different selection of the year and month. Okay. So basically, you can use to see these data set for this time slider as well. And also, if you click this one, my data one, you can see, as I told you, this JPL water equivalent thickness land data is represented on here. And if you click this mission project and GRACE things, you can find another data set available. So basically, I will see the land data. So you can see different institutions GRACE data available on here. CSR, the same data set is available. So if you click this plus button, you can add this one, this data. So you can see CSR, water equivalent thickness land for GRACE and GRACE Apple. Okay, so you can add like this kind of the data as well. And also if you want to, you can use this 3D glove map to see the data, the same data, but in this case just 3D things you can also use like this one, and also you can browse all the required data on here. In my case, this 2D map, two-dimensional map is more preference for me. So actually, I will use this 2D map for this representation. Also, I will see more focus on this Korea Peninsula, some data analysis on this data analysis tool. Okay, so I already selected these two data, and then you can go back to this clicking this one again. Okay, also you can see some help share and settings, and this is full screen button on here. So if you click this setting, you can change scale units on here with this one. Okay, I will just use the default one, so you can also try by yourself with this one. So based on that, I will use this data analysis, the icon. On here, you can see create analysis chart such as time series and time average, and also you can use this kind of the selection. If you select these Bayesian things, you can see automatically the bring the very typical watershed on here for the globally. But in this case, Korean Peninsula, we don't have any the Bayesian selection available. So I will make that kind of selection with this drawbacks. So on here, I will click the first click on here around, and also another click you can do like this one. And then you can select this the area with the drawbacks. And then you can see the primary data selection on here. So primarily I will select JPL data, not the CSL data. So this one would be the primary data. So in this case, I will just close this CSL data set to see the only the JPL data set. So like this one, okay? And basically, I will not make any choice, another choice on here. But in this case, operation would be time series. So from 2010 February to 2015 January. So I will create chart for that. So basically, it gives some the time series for this area, the water equivalent average for this area. Okay, and on here you can see the different plot type, spline and the column. Actually, this would be good to represent the anomaly things with the water depths. And this line is the default. And also trend, you can also draw with the linear and polynomial and other Lois things. Okay, but I will click this none button. So basically, I can draw this kind of things. Also, with the this one, you can simply see the data values for each month's data. Okay, so I will close this one. And also, how about try different operation things? So if I choose this latitude time Hope modeler, and if you click this create chart, you can see the different chart with this time series and this the land thickness data with the different the latitude. Okay, so this is very fancy chart for that. Also, you can see the different value selection. If you click this maximum and minimum, you can see different the chart for that. So default one would be the mean. Okay, so this would be for the latitude, and also let's try the longitude as well. The same data duration, we can do like this kind of time series as well as different longitude things. Okay, so after that, how about this kind of things? Latitude, longitude, time average. If you click this kind of operation, yeah, you can see all the average things for this area data with the anomaly depths for that. Okay. Also, you can change the value on here, maximum, minimum, standard deviation, slope. If I click this all value, you can see this kind of the different things. I think not very different with the all value, but standard error also not much. Standard deviation, yeah, maximum, minimum, maximum, mean things. Okay, only mean things available, I think, with this chart. And also color, we can change with the different things. Actually, all these kind of function provided with this grace data analysis tool. Okay, so we checked all the different operation for this duration of data for the JPL. Okay, and also another function would be comparison things. So I will compare with this JPL data as well as CSR data for land. So actually, basically the duration would be the same, and I will compare with the time series data. Okay, so if you click this time series data operation, so yes, we can have this comparison chart. This blue one would be the JPL data, and this black one would be CSR data. Basically, their trends are similar, but some gaps you can find on here. Okay, so how about another things with the full selection of the duration, the available duration for this data. The 2020 April, I will click to end date would be 2020 November. Okay, so you can see this under limited data duration for this CSL data, but I will do this kind of comparison with the grid chart. So in this case, you can see all the available chart for this one. Actually, this blue one again would be JPL data, and black line would be the CSL data. Okay, so you can see this title for this JPL and this CSL. Basically, they are different legend they used. So maybe you can directly compare with the same this kind of the legend. On that case, you can download this kind of data directly. So I will download with this CSV file for this kind of the data things. So very easily you can download this one. Also, if you want to, you can download this image with this one, and also you can print this chart as well. So this is basic function for this GRACE data analysis tool. Okay. Also, if I open this downloaded time series data with the Excel platform, you can see this date and time, and this would be GRACE F4 from the JPL, and this would be CSR data. So you can use this kind of the data to see the chart. So I will insert this chart to see this 2D line. So as you can see, if we just use the same legend for that, you can see some gaps on here. So this is just you can also freely download it, and you can make this kind of comparison with the Excel based analysis as well. But basically this JPL Grace Data Analysis tool provide this kind of things, okay, basically. So this was one of the analysis function from this Grace Data Analysis tool. So you can try by yourself with the different areas or the selection Bayesians, okay? Selection of Bayesians, okay? And also if we just close this analysis and if we click this animation setup, you can see the different function from this data analysis tool. We can animate the map layer over time, selection of range data set, and speed and the play button. Okay, so I will just very small selection from 2015 January to the last one 2020 September, and also interval would be monthly, and you can change this kind of things for the speed. I will just use the default one. And how about play button to see all the available data things. So you can see this kind of automatical animation for this chart. Okay, so I will stop this kind of the animation things. So you can try this kind of things if you want to very different the trend for this kind of data sets. Okay, so that is one of function animation setup function we just try. Again, you can also select the different data set for rand, like this one. So CSL things. So I will start my demonstrations for this Grace Data Analysis tool. Okay. So in this video, I have made demonstrations for getting monthly mass grid for rand, water equivalent thickness surface mass anomaly using the Grace and Grace F4 data analysis tool. Thank you for watching.